Welcome to this JQL video on field operator value. If you're just jumping into this series, I'll encourage you to go back a video and watch the introduction, What is JQL, to get a good overview of what we're going to talk about. But if you've already watched that, or are a little bit comfortable with it, feel free to just keep on going. Every JQL query has at least one clause. A clause is just a request to the system, and it's comprised of three different things: a field, an operator, and a value. Now, there can be multiple clauses combined by keywords, and we'll talk about those in the next part of the series. So today we'll focus on just one clause and pick apart the field, operator, value combination. The first part is a field. This is something on a Jira ticket that contains information. The subject line is a field. The reporter is a field. The labels are a field. Now, there are some number of stock fields that come with Jira, but your admins may also have added custom fields. So referring to these fields in JQL might mean typing in a name and selecting from a list, or it could mean typing in the number of a custom field. Usually, you can just rely on the field name, but sometimes there'll be multiple fields with the same name, which can be very frustrating. And that will require some experimentation on your part to figure out which version of that field you need. Once you've picked the right field, you'll need an operator. And this lets the system compare your value to the field. Many fields support multiple operators. Equals and does not equal are very common. But there are others, like in, which lets you use a list of things, or greater than or less than. Now, as you're typing out your query and hit space after the field, Jira is going to be smart enough to only show you operators that make sense for your field. For example, you can't say is one reporter greater than another because they're not numeric values that can be compared that way. Once you have your operator and hit space, you'll need to add some value, and this is what you're comparing against. In the case of finding every ticket created by a single person, you might say reporter equals and then that person's name. This will tell Jira to go find every ticket where the reporter field is equal to that person's name. As you type, Jira will show you the possible values for that value, and you can click and select. Or of course, if you need to, you can type them in. So there you go, field, operator, value. Every clause has all three of those pieces, but specifically which fields, operators, and values are used depends on your needs. And remember, you can always use the autocomplete to help remind you what are valid fields, operators, and values to use. So you don't necessarily have to memorize anything, although as you go, you'll start to remember what they are. Please drop in any comments if you have questions or want me to dig in deeper. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video in this series soon.